Good evening. Oh, he had to get his blanket. Honestly, I feel that. I spent like 90% of Christmas Day wrapped up in that weighted blanket that I got. It is. I think he's working on it.
My blanket may be arriving shortly. You hear me, Alan?
More like a scarf than a blanket.
Potato cat. I have the scarf.
You have the shoulder chicken.
I mean, you're not wrong. My niece calls him a rotisserie chicken, so.
Not wrong. Okay. Is rotisserie chicken arriving soon?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Oh. Potato.
There she is.
Fuzzy potato.
That has weird implications.
It really does.
Yeah, a little bit.
Wish I had a cat.
I have two. You want one?
Don't tempt me.
Only the fluffy one.
Hey, Kraken.
Hi, Kraken.
To be fair, I think he would fit your wants more anyway.
Oh, probably. The only problem is my parents are very insisting that they're not going to have a cat in the house while they have the dog door up, so I need to convince them that, hey, we can just put the thing in there and block it off. So.
When isn't Potato Cat clingy?
Never.
Exactly. And don't lie. My doggie's right here. Also clingy, just in a different way. She doesn't like being in a different room than me most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to be next to me. She does not want to touch me. She just wants to be in the same vicinity as me.
Oh, hey, Faye. Roll a dice and tell me if it's pass or fail.
Oh, great.
Pass.
Okay, cool. That takes care of that preemptively.
Oh.
What, your hunger?
The nom-noms?
Yeah.
Yay.
1 or 0?
1. Because even though there's the thing, they also don't want to just be like, alright, cool, line of bodies that you can track us with.
I mean, Saoirse is hiding right now. Kind of. At least from their buddies.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I am ready when you three are.
Yes. I didn't make a special intro for this. I debated it, but I just did not have time. So, normal intro away?
That's fine.
Yay. 1 second. Come on. Thing, work. Work with me here. I did it. There we go.
So, hello, welcome back. It is Tuesday. And I believe this would normally be a Detroit Tuesday.
No.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
This normally last week would have been my Tuesday.
Okay. So it is actually a normal Hunter Tuesday, so yay! So that being said, I am Dengle, your storyteller. I have my fluff cat with me. Nen has his fluff cat with him. This is going to be a little bit of a special thing. It's going to be a little bit of a break from our normal characters for most of us. Except for Buttons. So before we get into anything, this is World of Darkness. If there's anything that comes up that causes you any sort of discomfort, please handle that before you proceed. If it's something that you just can't get past, we understand. You can skip. We're not going to be too mad at you. We do recaps. And seeing as this is a special game, because we had quite a long skip between Delaware and Michigan. Or no, actually Delaware and Kansas. Technically speaking. This would fall in that timeline. And we can find out specifically what Rose was up to. But before we get there, let me introduce everybody and their tonight personas. As stated before, Buttons is playing Rose as per normal.
Good evening.
Nen is reprising an old role as Barnabas.
Evening.
And Faye is... It's an old role, but a new name of Kier.
Aye.
So, as stated... That was loud. As stated, this is a bit of a special game. It is kind of keeping with the current holiday theme because it is our current time of the year for us locally.
Hence the music.
Yes, hence the music. And as stated, this is during the large time skip, where people were doing their own separate things, whether it be recovering from grievous injuries, mentally recovering, and, well, for Rose, it's more so just taking her mind off of things. But, Rose, you are at the garage, and it's shortly after December 4th, 1942, which, for those of you that don't know what happened that day, look up your history. For U.S. history, it's kind of big. But, in any case, it's after that. And there's a call at the front desk. You're the only one that's currently available and able to take calls.
Russell, pick it up and see who it is.
Hey, Rose. It's Opie.
Hey, Opie, what's up?
Wondering if you'd be willing to help me out with a problem.
I mean, sure, I can help. The rest of the team's kind of indisposed, but I'd be happy to come help.
To be fair, I asked for Edgar before, and then Gladys, and you just didn't seem like the token type. But it's fine. If I pay for your way over, you willing to come to Ireland to help me figure out why there's so many kids running around? And the kids that were running around are disappearing.
That definitely sounds like something to be concerned with. Anything in particular I should prep and bring with me?
Your normal stuff, you know. The problem is nobody seems to care. The adults are thinking that they never had kids, and the kids that are there are just kind of raising hell. Caught one the other day pilfering a old man's pockets when he was passed out drunk. I said something, and I was the one that got attacked.
Absolutely. I'll be over.
I appreciate it. Wish it was the whole team, but I understand they're currently indisposed. Apparently had a rough time of it.
Yeah, you could say that. I'll tell you more when I get there if you want.
Sure, we can talk over coffee one day. And with that, he kind of gives you a time, a place to board a transport vessel. In this particular case, it is a ship. And tells you to just come over with your normal stuff. They're not gonna question too much. The ship you're coming over isn't a luxury cruise liner by any means, trust me. So you do. You board in Savannah, Georgia, and you get off on a ferry off the coast of Ireland. Pulls you to a small fishing village. Then from there you take a taxi about an hour and a half inland, way out in the moors. And seeing as it is, by this point, nearing the end of December, it's rather cold. There's quite a bit of snow. Which he did tell you to pack for. And you pull up to this, not much better than what you found him in Washington, cottage. At least this one doesn't have mold growing on it, but it is just a stone cottage with a not quite actual thatch roof, but it definitely looks like it. And a pillar of smoke is rising from the chimney. He welcomes you inside, gets you something warm to eat. It's not the greatest, but it's warm. And you speak over coffee for the rest of the evening. On the other side of town, we see a couple people driving in a kind of plain, cheaper coupe of the era. And would we like to explain to people what we look like now?
Saoirse looks... Well, Kier looks a little older than they did before. A few more lines on their face. Still fairly plain, but in a pleasant way. Not enough to set anyone's radars off.
Yeah.
dark hair. Tucked up this time. More male-presenting clothing.
Right. And then, as far as Barnabas is concerned,
Barnabas also looks older than he was when we previously saw him. Still very much looks like the slightest breeze could knock him over. A lot more graying in his hair instead of his usual dullish blonde that he usually had. So probably at least slightly modernized his clothes.
and that's fair. Still very much business presenting, I assume.
Yes.
So you two pull in to an abandoned house. It's not technically abandoned, it's just not currently in use. Somewhere that you know you'll be safe. And it's somewhere that you know that you can get the proper rest that you need when you need it. You pull out a set of papers and Opie actually basically gives you the same dossier. What's going on? There are random kids that nobody has claimed popping up all over town. They're just causing havoc. They've set no less than 5 fires. The kids that are there are disappearing. The adults that are there either don't care, or if they do care, they are also disappearing. With the exception, and this is specifically for our car having group, so Kier and Barnabas, you are given the name Opie and an address. Has been raising concerns, but has not, for whatever reason, disappeared yet. Then you kind of get settled in, all of you. And then I need to know what you do for the rest of the first night that you're in.
Probably stay inside. Don't want to raise suspicion yet. And
Okay.
Kier will probably just bug Barney all night.
Barney would humor.
Okay. And then as far as Rose is concerned, what would Rose want to do?
Rose is still probably a little bit on edge with everything, so she'll probably just stay up a little bit later pouring through journals, books, magazines, newspapers, rereading the files that Opie has, just whatever she can get her hands on to try and settle.
Okay. So you get familiarized with the area. All of you do. Kier, you're actually not from too far down the road. And when I say too far down the road, it's still a couple hours, but still.
Well, yeah.
But it's really a couple hours to everywhere here, so. But you still don't quite feel at home, per se.
Of course not. They left for a reason.
And when those of you that can actually be out during the day do finally fall asleep, you wake up considerably later than you had anticipated the next day. It's a couple hours before dusk. So, Kier, you're still asleep. So what does Rose and Barnabas want to do with the couple hours of daylight that they have? Opie has actually left a note saying be back in an hour, and gave a time, and that was 3 hours ago.
Rose is going to pop outside and better acquaint herself with the immediate surroundings, just kind of meander a little bit.
Okay. So it is the picturesque small village in Ireland. A lot of stone cottages, cobble streets. There's a drinking establishment that is very prominent, apparently, as well as a baker restaurant. There's a schoolhouse. They've got a meeting place that's not actually one of the eating establishments or drinking establishments. And it's very quiet, except for the obvious packs of small children. And when I say small children, I'm saying anywhere from 4 to 9 running around. And you don't get accosted, but the townspeople are, between slingshots being slung at them and hitting them with random items, pickpockets just running rampant. A couple windows are broken in your short walk that you have. It's fairly obvious that that's the problems that they're having, and nobody seems to care that they're even doing it.
Mm-hmm. As I'm watching these feral children wreak havoc, can I pop up Sense the Unnatural? Just to kind of get a feel for if anything's going on.
I'm not going to make you roll. But yes, everywhere here, it's almost a sensory overload. You get the smells of licorice and cinnamon and just straight sugar, and it's a lot. Yeah, it's kind of hard once it gets in your system to kind of get it out, actually.
Let's see. Rose gets a little twitchy and overwhelmed with that. She's probably going to see if she can stop in at the local establishment and get a little bit of adult beverage to settle her nerves.
Yes. The answer is yes. You can.
Not a lot, just a little.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. You can get pretty much anything that you really want that's normal. Specialty stuff, not so much, but normal stuff that Rose has been established as enjoying, she can get.
We'll probably just ask for whatever's cheapest and we'll get her pretty hard into it the fastest.
They kind of laugh and they just hand you something. Like, there you go. That'll do it.
She'll take it and down it.
It doesn't just burn, it hurts. But a couple of those, and you'd probably be well off stumbling back home. And we will join Barnabas. What is Barnabas doing with the couple of free hours that he has a day?
Barnabas is going to... We got an address for OP's place, right?
Yes.
He is actually going to head down there and try to scope the place out, see if they're not walking into anything.
Okay. So you head down that way, and how long are you going to case the joint? As it were.
Probably about 15 minutes.
Okay. So 15 minutes goes by, and the place is just dark. Doesn't seem like there's anybody there. There is a set of fresh-ish footprints in the snow leading away. There's also clear signs of a dog that lives by the house.
Barnabas is going to be getting out of there real quick.
Does not seem as though the dog is around, if that's any consolation. But you get out of there, and something tells you to kind of take the long route back. And you see much the same. Children just running everywhere, just causing havoc everywhere, and nobody cares. For whatever reason, everybody just ignores it. You, on the other hand, can I get a wits and awareness, please?
Two.
So a group of children come up and they start just asking you 1.5 million questions, and they are speaking faster than a mile a minute in an accent that is familiar, but when they speak that fast, it's still hard to understand. And instinctively, you're just like, no, I know what this is. And you grab your wallet and kind of move it up. And then they just kind of like go away as they see you do that. And they don't seem to bother you after that. You walk past all of the same establishments. Good timing. And give me a wits and awareness one more time, please.
Another turn.
So you see, as you walk past the adult beverage dispensary, a particular individual that doesn't seem to quite fit in with the people around. It's not that she's dressed any better or any different or anything. It just, there seems to be a curiosity. That would be Rose.
Did we get a description for Rose or just OP?
Just Opie. However, about that time, Opie walks past you and into the same establishment. And Rose, you see him do much the same.
Rose will greet him with a smile and lift whatever's left of the drink in her hand.
Probably not much, to be honest with you. Ah, there you are. I'm looking all over for you. We should probably get back to the house and make a game plan.
Sure thing. Rose will finish the drink, set it on the bar with a thunk, and walk to meet him.
And you walk right past Barnabas. Looks a bit well dressed for the area, but beyond that, doesn't really stand out too much.
Rose will give him a curious look and keep walking.
And you head back to the house. The dog, shortly after you leave the establishment, the large Rottweiler that was there, barks and runs mere inches away from Barnabas.
Back away from the dog.
Dog doesn't care about you at all. And Opie and Rose make it back to the cottage. No problems. Barnabas, are you following or are you reporting back?
Reporting back.
Okay. About the time that you get back, it is sundown. And somebody's waking up. Which is what I had you roll for earlier, so you're good.
So what'd you do?
Went and checked out Opie's place, see if anyone was around or if we were walking anything weird.
And?
Didn't see anything in there, but he apparently did come with a woman.
What'd they look like?
Give Rose's description.
Now, if I remember correctly, Saoirse has actually driven the cell home from the airport at one point.
Once.
Ah, that's Rose.
Someone we need to be concerned about.
Potentially. Works with Nichols.
I see.
Or, I suppose, but same thing. Well, we might as well. Anything else I need to be aware of?
Also a big dog.
Probably will be more afraid of me.
Sure.
Remember, they don't tend to like me. Nothing else? If not, we should go.
Nope. Aside from what the report said about all the children, no, nothing weird.
Well, lead the way since you've been there.
Lead the way.
So you two show up shortly after Rose and Opie show up to the cottage. But before you do that, so you see all the kids, right? You saw how nobody cared, but
Yeah, it was weird.
the better
There's
part
the-
of
Sorry, go ahead.
better part of the week, I've been trying to figure out exactly where they're coming from.
Did something big happen around here recently? Comparatively, I mean.
I mean, no, I don't think. The only thing that really happened is we had a couple people go off to the war, but that was pretty much it.
Yeah, I checked him out, and when I tried to get a feel for what was going on, it was like I got some sort of. Have you ever eaten something that was too sweet that made like your head and your jaw ache?
Yeah, you should have the fruitcake from bakery down the street. It's about like that, right? Where
Oh,
it's sweet and floral
was-
and all sorts of
I
craziness.
got that kind. Yeah, I got that kind of feeling.
Yeah, I got that too.
Dizzying, cloying, nauseating.
Yeah.
Have you ever dealt with that before?
Only once or twice. It's been a long time, actually. Luckily, but it's been a long time. Last time something like this
Anything you
happened.
would care to share?
Last time something like this happened, it was a infestation of fairies. Well, wingless fairies. Some could call them gnomes. Not hard to get rid of. It's just, yeah. We gotta find out where they're sprouting up from. Once we find that, we can take care of it. You know anything about them?
Rose just kind of nods quietly.
And right about now is when the other two pop up outside.
Thunk, thunk, thunk.
Oh, God. Who could that be? He swings open the door. Hey, can I help you?
No, but I think we may be able to help you.
Immediately, Rose puts up Sense the Unnatural.
Go ahead and roll.
Rose kind of.
What'd you get?
Good to hear.
There might be some technical difficulties on button side.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
So, in the meantime, what you mean?
Well, sounds like you're having some problems. And we were accosted by a few feral children on the way here.
I assume you're not part of the town.
Technically, I'm from a few hours up the road.
That could be anywhere, really, but doesn't matter. I can hear it now. You saw you outside of the. Well, I saw you in town.
Checking the place out, make sure everything was only kind of weird.
It's a wee bit more than kind of weird. But I guess if you're willing to help, come on in.
Enter the
Down.
building.
Step in.
Ooh, 2 of me.
Woo!
Sorry, I don't know what happened. My internet flipped out and then back in.
We are entering Opie's home.
Yep.
Cool.
Would you like to give me that roll?
That's the
That you
unnatural
would-
roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, 4.
You could sense that there's something a little bit off about Saoirse. And Barnabas, really, but mainly Saoirse.
Rose kind of leans around Opie and squints a little bit.
Hello, Rose.
And you would know them as Kier, more than likely.
Kier?
Yes.
So you know each other. That's good, I guess.
No, they drove us once. Do I remember feeling that while they were driving us?
It wouldn't have been something that you would have tried to figure out, so.
Okay.
Nichol's all but demanded Barney and I come help.
Well, I guess that's good then. Sit, got tea there. Also got coffee that I can make. But we were just discussing. It's like the last outbreak of gnomes. They're not quite gnomes, but close.
I see. This has happened here before then.
Not here. South Edinburgh. In Scotland, which is weird, but it's. Then, when I was like 20, Dublin had a small outbreak that, me and my mentor, took care of. That's really the only time I've seen these little buggers pop up in numbers like this.
Is there a chronological pattern? Like, do they pop up every 20, 30 years to feed and make mischief or something?
No, definitely not. Last time was about 12 years ago, and before that was 60 years ago. Well, not quite 60, but 50. It's been a while.
There's no precipitating events that we can pinpoint. Rose is looking between Opie and Kier.
No, I haven't been back to the Isles in a long time. Don't look at me for questioning that.
And as far as when these decide to pop up, it's more a somebody brought them with them. More than likely, they found a hive that they were just living pretty secluded, pretty happy, and then throw them in a place like this, and they multiply worse than rabbits.
Wait. Someone brought the gnomes here?
Might not be gnomes.
No, it's not quite, but close. I think that's what it smells like.
Take your word for it.
Smells like.
Yeah, I can smell weird things.
Hmm.
She can too.
That's an interesting ability.
It's, smell, see, feel, hear, it varies.
Oh, you can see them.
sometimes. And Rose will start fiddling with her necklace and
What
just
is the
chuckle
necklace?
nervously. It is the shard from the feathered serpent.
Right,
tail.
what's it fashioned into?
Just like a rough cut point with some etching.
Rose
Can you
here.
see him?
Me? No, I can't see him in the true form until I decide to show him true form to me. But I know there are some that can. My mentor could.
And who was your mentor?
He's long since dead.
Too bad.
Is that something you can do?
Can?
Well, I guess figuring out exactly what these things are, that'd be a good start. It's a guarantee they're not kids.
No. Children have sticky
Just-
fingers, but not like that.
And they can't make people just happy.
No.
Everybody just seems a wee bit too much happy. Granted, it's that time of year, and it's only been a couple weeks, but things are going a lot better than they did a couple months ago.
Well, I suppose I can, but they might know that I see through them.
And if they know, is that a problem?
Depends on their reaction.
So what that tells me is we need to lure some of them away in case if they do have a negative reaction. Is that something that you three would be down for? You just need to stay there. Just be ready.
That I can do.
Yes, why not?
Oh, Barney, I'm sure he'll be fine.
He's got me, he's fine. Me and... No. August outside.
That's the dog.
That is the dog.
Suggest you keep him away from me.
Why?
Animals don't tend to like me.
There's not many that he doesn't like. Unless he's got a reason to.
I assure you I'm one of them.
Oh. So which variety are you?
Lean forward a bit, smiles and drops the fangs.
Rose narrows her eyes.
I guess there's worse things that we could be dealing with right now.
Like what's outside.
Like what's outside. Or you could be trying to eat us.
Lucky for you, I'm not hungry.
Well, that's a first.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's been a long time since I met one of you all that hasn't tried to eat me.
I make no promises now, but for the moment, you're safe.
Anyway, let's get you back outside, because having you in my home's unsettling, but
Don't worry, I'm not one of the ones that needs permission to enter.
oh well. That just means I gotta actually set up the ward.
Noted.
And I assume you're one of her playthings. Their playthings.
Yeah, you can call it that, sure.
I'm sorry. Well, if we're gonna be working together, I need to know two things.
What's
First and
that?
foremost, what flavor are you? Because there's all those different types, and I'd like to know at least a general idea of which I'm working with.
How much do you know?
Enough to know that there's the pretty ones, the ugly ones, the ones that like animals, the ones that like to just beat things up. And then there's the ones that like to deal with dead things, the shadows. And then I guess there's like a one that can do magic or something like that. I don't know.
You're forgetting the ones that like to be in charge of everyone else.
Oh yeah, those assholes.
There's a few more than that. You seem to know what you're talking about, Rose.
So what's the answer to his question?
Doesn't matter.
It might.
I can promise you I'm not going to turn into an animal.
Well, that's good. That way, if there's any problems, you don't have like a horse snout or something.
Oh no. No. That wouldn't be one of the problems I have.
Good. I assume that if you have a problem, you won't turn into a horse's ass either.
I might be a bit of an asshole, but
Wow, that sounds familiar.
runs in the blood.
Can Rose put two and two together at this point?
All kindred are assholes.
Yeah, they are.
That is true.
Well, do you have any special abilities that you can do?
I can see the Fae.
Well, beyond that, like you're not gonna disappear on us, are you?
I'm just very quiet.
That could be useful.
I guarantee you won't hear me coming.
No, but I can smell you.
What do I smell like?
It varies. Typically, smells like burnt poplar. To me, at least. Not the best. The real sappy stuff.
And you, Rose.
Rose is gonna pop Sense the Unnatural back up and focus very carefully on Kier.
Kier isn't going to try and mask anything.
Would smell kind of like wet newspaper. I feel like would be very fitting for that one.
Rain, wet paper, running ink.
We'll kind of slap Barney on the shoulder. Isn't that funny? I used to be a journalist.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Let's keep
moonlight's
going.
burning.
Yes. No, perfect place. There's a abandoned barn outside of town. We could set you up in. We draw them in there. Got a good idea.
Oh, do you want to see him with me,
need-
Barney?
Sure.
The rest of you can too, but I don't think you'd like a taste.
You assume much.
I'll share if you want to.
Sure.
I've got no qualms about it.
I'll pass.
I'll take you up on that.
Here or out there.
Whichever's
And-
most convenient.
During this conversation, Opie walks over to a cabinet and pulls out a big clay jug. Like, we need this, and we need something shiny. The shinier, the better.
Oh, I passed that rouse check.
Oh, nice.
I've got a coin. And they'll lay it on the table. It's old.
Yes, it is.
But
That
very
might
well
work.
polished.
We'll try it. And they take just some twine, wrap it around the coin, tie it to the jug. So now, let me do my magic. Rose, if you want to come with, you're more than welcome. However, pretty sure all of you have seen the barn as you come into town. It's that one.
So here will like bite their wrist and just kind of hold it out. How do you want it?
Rose will just lean in and take it like she's done it before.
Hold it out.
All right. See, it's a wonderful thing because Rose is unbondable.
Right, but I have infectious madness too.
There is that. So, Rose isn't completely unprepared mentally speaking. So I will allow the willpower.
Yep. Just beat a 2.
I can do that. Whoop, 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 whoop.
And I have the Fey Blood activated.
3.
Okay, you're fine. And Opie just kind of looks at both of you and says, that's disgusting. Get to the barn.
Each their own. It wasn't like a full rouse check's worth of blood, just for the bond, because it takes just a tiny amount. Is Barney doing it too?
No.
Oh, so he doesn't want to see? You have to taste the blood to be able to see the Fae.
Alright, sure. Yeah, I'll take a vote. Because I probably have full bond anyway.
Oh, absolutely he is.
So can I please get a willpower from Barnabas as well? I'm sure this will go great.
Two.
Okay,
Blood potency's a 2.
he's fine. So you three head to the abandoned barn. And you're waiting around for 5, 10, 15 minutes. Then you see Opie come stumbling through the doorway. You dumb kids, go away. Told you I wasn't going to give you a drink. And then a small pack, it's only 4. Come inside and they look to try to be very threatening. As threatening as a 7, 8, and 9-year-old can be. And he's like, "You want this so damn bad? Fine, take it. But you're not taking the coin too." And he rips the twine, kind of tosses in the jug, and they kind of grab it. And they realize quickly that it's empty. Now, what exactly do you need to do to be able to see?
Can't hear you.
I don't believe we've established any rules for that. Let me double check. Well, all that we had said so far was just that it costs a rouse check to be able to do, so I don't know what you want me to roll.
Rouse check.
That's what I did at the house. And it lasts the evening. Or the scene, whatever you want to do, but that's what I did at the house. Because in order for it to pass on to mortals, they had to taste it while it was activated.
Okay. So yeah, that is all you need to do. So what you 3 see are these very skinny, gaunt, sure enough, gnome-looking creatures. However, the clothes that they wear are in tatters. And they've got a big red cap. Pointed cap on them. Big, bulbous, warty nose. And rather than the childlike voices that you hear, or you heard earlier, they now, to you, sound a bit more gravelly. "I told you, just give us damn jug, old man." And it's empty. Really? We don't like you. I guess we're gonna just take care of you now.
Boy, you're some ugly fuckers.
And they spin and look like, "And you're no better."
I'm quite pretty, I think.
Is that one way to talk to a kid?
It is very kid like you.
Well, you and the old man causing problems. And they actually will take the jug and try to throw it at someone. I don't know who yet. They are actually going to try to throw it at Opie.
Can Faye be compelled?
Not in that way. And Opie immediately drops the act and catches the jug. "This was my mom's. And you're not breaking that." And he sets it down all extra nice. I was like, "And what are they exactly?"
Red caps.
"Oh, Marius little bastards that just cause chaos." Got it.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah, they're the bad version of gnomes, really.
Explains the
I don't think I
destruction.
like you calling that.
Oh, I know.
Make
Wanna know
yourself
what they-
target there.
Want to know what they hate being called even more than that?
What?
They're what What a mistaken is Santa's elves. You know, with a little red hat and little elvish looking from the stories. So you know the best way to dispatch these little bastards, right?
Throw him a candy cane.
Oh, I wish it was that easy. And about now, there's... Alright, what's going on here? Well, the best way to dispatch these little bastards are really fast moving little metal babies.
Not anything I have.
Well, for you, I'm pretty sure your teeth will work.
That's fair. I've never had Fey blood before.
I'd be careful with it.
That'd be
Heard
interesting.
it can be intoxicating.
Not anything I'm worried about.
Now, either she can do exactly what it is that we're talking about, and I can, take this out, and he actually pulls a sawed-off shotgun from his jacket that he's wearing, and throw those little metal BBs at you. Or you can start talking.
Saoirse's just... I'm assuming Kier is up in the rafters and they're just grinning down at them.
Yeah, I assume
Things
there's
out.
Crossbeam. And Rose and Barnabas are in the hayloft or something. What do you want to know?
Oh, I'm just here for backup. I'm not the one who's asking questions.
Well, one of you two want to ask any questions? I'll make sure the second they try to do something, I'll make sure they don't.
It's okay, I got my own assurance, and Rose will swing her rifle around and level it at the red caps.
Oh, but Rose, you were here first.
How about let the plaything have some fun for once?
Yeah, Barney.
Any questions?
Where's your hiding place?
Why would we tell you that? That's... no. You wouldn't like that.
You sure don't want to make our jobs a little bit easier?
No. Why would we tell you where we're coming from?
Figured I'd give it a try. That was my question.
Saint would be real mad about that.
Saint?
Crap.
Tell us more about Saint.
Give us a reason why. You should.
Rose will pop off a shot about a foot away. Clear warning shot.
Yeah, that doesn't actually scare us. You do realize that we murder people, right?
So do I.
Yeah, so you understand. It's
I
kinda
eat
fun.
them.
Okay. And
Well, I make it red caps too.
go for it. I don't think we taste very good.
Maybe you should give him a demonstration.
Oh, I'd be interested to see what Fey blood tastes like.
I'd be interested to see what it does.
We're not saying anything about Saint, though. Doesn't matter how many of us you be.
Can I attempt to use chemistry?
You can.
I don't know if it will work on these things, but I want to try.
It is just a sensory thing, so you can roll it.
I failed the rouse check. 2 hunger.
Okay.
Where is my hunger? I don't know where hunger is. How do I use this one? Oh, there we go.
Just
okay. It is manipulation and obfuscate plus composure and versus composure and wits.
Yep.
Five.
Okay. So what exactly are you trying to make happen?
I don't know what would scare them. Let me double check. So, I know technically it's anyone. I think anyone unprepared and within eyesight. First off, but jumping down and snapping their teeth in the face without doing that.
So it's actually a single target for that one.
Okay.
Fata Morgana is the one with anyone.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So yeah.
So you do that, and it's like your mouth kind of extends out like inches away. And well, they do elicit a like lean back. They don't like jump or anything.
That's fine.
If you're gonna eat me, come on.
That's your final answer. We can keep playing.
No, I think it's quite all right. Come on, come take a bite.
I guess Saoirse would hop down. Here. Approach, but not too close just yet.
How far away are you getting?
10, 15 feet?
Okay, so basically just hop down. It's like, oh, now you don't want to come and play.
Well, I'm not one to trust you.
That's probably safe. And about this time, Opie is like, alright. And he will actually fire off a shot. And will decapitate one of them. Now start talking, or there'll be more of that. He's like, Jesus. He's not playing around. So you want to know about Saint? It's not one of them, but it's one of them.
Referring to here?
Yes.
Oh. What kind is it?
Well, you would just have to sniff them out to be able to figure that out, wouldn't you?
Not one of my skills, unfortunately.
Oh, just find the sweet scent, as it were. He told us we couldn't tell you too much, so...
I already bonded to him.
Yeah, that's part of us being alive.
Wow, you can bond the Fae.
That is interesting to know.
Good luck finding one that'll actually agree.
Well, I mean, if I keep you long enough. I could. You
Good
don't
luck
have
with
to
that.
agree to a bond.
Good luck with that.
Might be an interesting project.
Took him 20 years, so you know.
All the time in the world.
What else do you want to know?
Well, what can you tell us? And I know you can go over the bonds. You're just choosing not to. Or you're really bad at it.
Well, why don't you come over here and give me a reason to?
Not my
And-
style.
And he'll actually start walking toward Kier.
You won't back away.
And we'll stop once he hears a click click from Opie. Which, granted, there's the other two that are still standing there. Just staring at their dead friend, kind of laughing at this point.
And what do you plan on doing?
What do I plan on doing?
Me right now.
I plan on causing a distraction. And about that time, he chucks a steak at you.
Like
Like
just
an
a-
actual steak. Like a wooden piece of wood, the steak.
Right. Like trying to impale or just throwing it?
Yeah, trying to impale. That's not gonna work though, probably. It's enough successes, but I'm sure. Give me a dexterity and athletics.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Oh no. Oh
Can
no.
Rose try and shoot it when she sees it getting launched? Make it explode.
Oh, you got 0.
Shoot it away.
Look, Saoirse was never the most dexterous person, okay?
Rose wouldn't be able to because it was. Oh, I'm just trying to make a distraction, like immediately.
Ah.
So wouldn't have enough time to.
Actually, when they say that, can I attempt to do something too? Or no?
You can. You can.
So there is. I don't know how this would work because it's not anything we've used before.
Time to find out.
It's an obfuscate. It is. Come on, what is it? Mental maze. Charisma and obfuscate versus wits and resolve. All I have to do is speak the words "you cannot escape" and then roll. With lower generation vampires being able to gain the roll with a willpower point per dominates characteristics. On when the victim struggles to find their way out of the building, because reality just kind of like folds in on them, and it becomes a labyrinth.
I would allow it.
On a win, the victim struggles to find their way out of the building they're in. An additional 2 rouse checks allows this power to be used in a single room or a densely packed environment. So I don't know if I need to make a lot of rouse checks for this.
No, just the one.
Okay. So I failed that one too, so I'm at 3. I might be eating one of these guys. What I say? Charisma and obfuscate, I think it was.
I believe so, yes.
That's only 3.
And what's my roll?
Wits and resolve.
That's what I thought. They've got a lot of wits. And fairly decent resolve. So
That's
you got
fine.
3.
It's just
I
a
got-
reaction.
Yeah, I got 5.
Ah, damn. Like, theoretically, I could maybe re-roll 1, but it would literally just be 1. Or no. Yeah, it would just be 1 dice I re-roll. And unless
So-
I crit, I'm not beating it.
I don't know if you rolled with 3 hunger dice or 2, but technically speaking, you're supposed to have 2 hunger dice for that roll.
Why 2? I failed 2
Because-
rouse checks.
Your hunger doesn't go up until after the roll.
Oh.
And I think we've been doing that wrong the entire time, but technically speaking, that's how it's supposed to be.
Oh, well then I guess I could theoretically reroll 2 things. Maybe I'll do that?
That's why I wanted to give you the option.
Yeah. Oh, shit. 5.
So now you win. He throws it, and then he just kind of looks around.
can't escape.
Oh, shit. And it sticks into your chest and actually goes through breastbone and actually hits the heart. With a very, as good as he could possibly do roll.
Rip.
And
I have
Opie's
5
just like,
health.
it's fine. And Opie's just like, alright, take him out.
Rose will pop off at the one that put the stake through Kier.
He would specifically motion for the other 2.
Okay. She'll swing it around and pop off at
One of the other 2.
one of the other 2.
I'm pretty sure you're probably going to dispatch it. And would Barnabas like to do anything?
Well, let's go trusty screwdriver and get downstairs. Helps you, sure. Or Kier.
Okay. How many did you get?
That's gonna be a 7, Chief.
Yeah, you pull an Opie and just
Pop.
Yeah. And the other barrel that Opie had ready just kind of swings around and makes the other one quickly dissipate. However, the one that just threw the stake is now running around the room trying to find a way out with a big open door. Seems as though they can't actually escape the building. Saoirse, however, is just kind of frozen. And Barnabas climbs down, pulls it out, and you are unfrozen.
Well, with a lot of damage.
I'm not going to implement you having
Okay.
that much damage. I will just say it's a really lucky shot. You take 1 aggravated.
Well, that was not fun.
You alright?
Got a hole in my chest now. Define alright.
You're not
Let me
dead.
rephrase that. Do you require assistance in healing that?
Oh, you're offering some blood?
As long as you don't completely me.
Oh, tempting. I'm a wee peckish now.
Well, I'll tell you what. We've got
Yeah,
whatever you did to that one.
well, reality just folding in around him. Big maze.
That's
fun.
hilarious.
Well,
I think it's even close to the entrance. I'll be surprised.
in the similar vein, let's be the Minotaur. Chase after him for a little while and ask him some questions. See if he's willing to talk now.
I can make him see a minotaur.
That would be fun.
I just need to eat first.
Nah, we don't need to do all that.
Does that ping with Rose?
Probably. Now, then he actually goes over and grabs the little guy. He's like, no, we can get you out of this maze. Just tell us where to go. All your problems will be completely gone. And you can kind of hear a, yeah, yeah. Barrel maker up north of town. Now let me out of this stupid thing. I want to leave.
I'll eat him.
All yours.
Kier will go grab them.
And I assume you drain them.
Oh, yes.
Okay. It's, you actually get the melancholic resonance.
Oh.
It's a sad life for these things. Really.
Well, that's just a bit depressing.
But
Just sad blood.
You alright to keep moving with the hole in your chest? Do you want to take care of that too?
Do you want me hungry again?
They don't care either way. You cause problems for me, I'll, well, make sure you don't cause problems for anyone.
Well, that's no fun. I don't remember what melancholic does. Doesn't that obfuscate?
I think so.
I'm looking it up. Yep, fortitude and obfuscate. Cool.
Nice.
That just adds 1 dice.
Yes. To your already fairly decent pool.
Yeah. Well, I just need a new shirt. I'll be fine for now.
How about a jacket?
That's fine. I'm not actually physically bleeding.
You just need to cover it up,
Yep.
right?
Perks of being
Follow me.
K-Knight.
Follow me.
Follow.
And Opie walks down the street.
Come on,
And
Marty.
Yeah, I was going to say he trails behind unless Kier tells him otherwise.
The old guy from earlier has actually moved. That was passed out drunk. Has actually moved to next to a fire, and he's got like 4 or 5 coats stacked on top, and he grabs the top one and tosses it to here. There,
Put it on,
doesn't,
zip it up, or button it, whatever.
there doesn't smell good, but I don't think you care.
No, not really.
Seamus ain't gonna care about it either. I'm Scotsman. There's a
Mhm.
reason why he's homeless.
Could have just picked a house to crash in like we did.
Nah, he knows better.
Anyway, where's the speller maker?
Oh, the, yeah. You're gonna like it so much. You got any problems with, holy symbols?
No. No, someone who does, but not me.
Oh, good. And
And
he proceeds
Saoirse will
to-
actually pull one out.
Nice. And it'll actually return the coin as well. I believe this is yours as well.
Yeah.
The guy retired about a month and a half ago. It's not abandoned, just nobody uses it anymore.
Well, someone does.
Yeah. We don't use it for business anymore.
Put your noses on, because apparently gotta sniff this guy out. Or at least, can you tell what they are?
Sometimes. But in any case, walks through town and you go by the drinking establishment and it is in full force. There are songs being sung, and Opie actually joins in as you walk by. Does Kier, out of curiosity?
Probably humming. Or whistling.
Okay. Because it is an old Irish song.
Oh, well, if they're... Actually, Kier can break out in full Gaelic.
Yep, especially since that's what they're singing.
Yeah. So yeah, Kier will.
And Opie actually does the same. You get done with the song and it's right up here. It's where Olaray and all that was put in the barrels before they aged it.
Definitely one of the few things I miss. Not much else.
I don't think you're missing too much. Hasn't changed a whole lot. But in
Yeah.
any case, do we have any allergies as well? It's real dusty in there. More so asking for Mr. Silent over there. Looks like
Ooh.
he's
He doesn't talk much.
sensitive.
Just a little weak constitution.
Nope.
Would you like to just roll me a die to see if you're actually allergic to sawdust? Because I can see Barnabas.
Best.
Okay, so no, you're not.
Yeah, things are freaking out.
Uh-oh.
What is going on? Like, that's wild.
We have angered the fair folk.
I'm so
Yeah, that's-
lost and confused right now. What is going on? But you aren't doing it, so I don't understand.
I don't know. It's great.
That's so weird.
It is.
What do I
I have
do?
become less humble.
I mean, I can exit and re-come back in, but...
Might as well
Maybe
try.
Yeah.
Isn't the first step to tech stuff like, have you tried turning it off and turning
I'm
it on
just
again?
really confused as to why it's not affecting Dengle.
I don't know. It's great.
Okay,
Insert joke about luck of the Irish.
I will be right back.
Because you two are...
Yeah, no, I'll be right back. Stream will continue, I guess. Just me. Okay, that looks mostly normal. Oh. I'm coming back, I promise. There we go. We are back online without things freaking out.
That was great.
That was fantastic.
That was wild. Good timing for it, though.
Yeah, it's perfect. So you walk into the building, and it is dark. It is warm, though. And you can hear whistling off in the back. You can hear a steady thunk, thunk, thunk. Now, do we want to go in quietly? If that's something that we can do, or would we like to just storm the place, kick some teeth in, and hopefully do the best we can?
You can do whatever you want to do. I'm going to be as silent as death.
Distraction would be helpful.
You want us to go in guns blazing while you guys slip in unnoticed?
You do as you want. I'm not
Or-
taking control of you.
Or them.
Or you go in as colleagues.
I'm sorry, what?
You go in as colleagues.
I don't know if you've ever dealt with many of my kind. We don't like each other, or don't tend to.
Right. What?
So unless I know their affiliations, absolutely not.
I'm sure it's probably easy to fake it. Especially for somebody apparently like you. Don't think that statement back at the barn slipped.
Do you know his affiliations? Has there been any odd symbols around?
No. But I know yours
I never plan to hide it.
like to, but you like to infiltrate. That much I do know.
I also don't like to put myself at risk when I don't know what I'm walking into.
I'll just trap them in there. They'll be fine.
Can we not just burn down the building then?
I would be far away from that, but yes, you could.
I'd rather not. It causes a lot of problems.
You just said you don't use it anymore.
Right, but we have to make sure that we actually get the source of the little bastards as well. I can make them all go away if I can find the source to make them stop coming.
Does the area look odd or anything like that? Because I can see past the veil right now.
So it looks really clean. And there isn't anything in here that looks odd. There's also not a whole lot in here.
Okay. Yeah, because I can glimpse the dreaming and all of that, so I wasn't sure if it was things were getting a little more active around this area.
I'll tell you when they do.
If I make noise, if I go in there, Barney, make sure they get in here,
Got it.
or I will be coming to find you.
Right. So Kier
Not gonna end well.
proceeds into the room.
Yep.
And you immediately see the source of the clunk, clunk, clunk. There's a guy that has a very long, flowy red coat. Has a powdered wig on. And he kind of looks up and, May I help you?
Hi. What brings you to these parts?
My work. And he actually holds up a nutcracker.
It's good work.
I just want to do my work in peace.
Just making nutcrackers.
Yes. Who are you?
Here. What's your name?
Saint.
Name.
And you kind of look around the room and you can see there's a couple inconsistencies. Some of the walls look to be not fully there. There's a section of floor that is very obviously, quote unquote, covered with a rug that leads down. Do you like toys? The children like toys.
Oh, the children that are running around town.
Yes.
You make toys for all of them? Or just your special friends?
No, all of them. But the ones that were there didn't much appreciate them.
And what do you do with people that don't appreciate them?
Oh, well, we need to get rid of them. The ones that cause problems.
Well, while I do agree with that, it does tend to draw attention in the way you're doing it.
But that's why I have more children.
The problem is that you're not fooling everyone. And then we get called in, and now I have to deal with it, and now I have hunters that are my problem.
Like the old man that lives in the cottage
Exactly.
with his dog.
Yes.
Everybody believes he's just an old man.
Right.
A crazy old man.
Problem is that he's a true actual hunter.
So the stories are as wild as they can be, and people still don't believe him.
Except people outside of this area did. And one of them got called in. And then I was dragged into it.
Oh, well. Then we need to get rid of them, don't we?
Now, we could. But unfortunately, I am being held to a promise. And so I can't actually let you kill the girl.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
You can take the old man, though. One problem gone.
Well, are they outside?
They are.
I thought I heard you come in. Hearing's quite good these days, as a matter of fact.
That's so.
Yes.
Before I proceed any further, I'm willing to bet you're not with Camarilla.
No, I don't align with anyone specifically.
By yourself, then.
Yes.
The only place to be.
It's peaceful this way.
Is
Perhaps then, and I'm willing to talk.
it? What'd you say?
Perhaps bring them in, and I'm willing to talk.
We could.
I'll do my part, and the girl won't be harmed. She will, however, be monitored the rest of her days.
By who and what?
By my children.
Hmm.
And by myself.
Well, I have no problems with that. Because this only... She's only my problem right now. The other man is my toy. Can't have him.
Oh. You mean...
Staking claim on that one.
You mean the one that was smart enough to move his wallet?
Yes.
I had heard that there was another. That's fine.
Alright. Let me go bring them in. We can have a nice, peaceful conversation. And Saoirse will go. Kier will go.
They're about 3/4 away across the production floor, moving as quiet as they can at this point. And they see you walk out.
Gig's up. Knows we're here. Knows you're a
Figures.
hunter. Knows you were called in. So let's go have a conversation. His children decided to tell him quite a bit.
That's
Crap.
Hmm?
Crap.
Well. Don't know what you were expecting to hide. You weren't exactly subtle.
They try. Either way, it's not a big deal. And Opie will join Kier.
Let's go. Thanks for waiting.
I assume Barnabas
Pip.
immediately.
Respect his toys. I am not quite sure.
And then does Rose join as well?
Rose will. Keep the
Okay.
rifle ready, but she will.
Okay. So as you walk in, he kind of looks up. Oh, the old man and the other two. Good evening. I hope the temperature is nice for you.
Bit chilly, I feel it settling in.
Now, if it's too cold, I can ask them to put more wood on the fire.
Nice in here, though. Outside, I meant.
Oh, I can't do anything about that, obviously.
No.
Who sent you? And looking at Rose.
Why does it matter?
I'm curious to whose radar I'm on. I shouldn't be on anyone's anymore.
Did Nichols stop Saoirse from revealing that? Or would
Nope.
she have?
Nope.
If I answer that, why should I? Why should I answer that?
If they cause problems for you and they're making you do things and you don't want to, I can make things happen to where they disappear.
Very tempting.
Rose kind of stands up a little bit straighter and looks very curiously at Saint.
Would you like a... And he holds up another toy. A doll. It's handmade.
Rose smiles. Well, I certainly appreciate the craftsmanship and effort behind it. I know that no gift is truly free, so with all due respect, I will decline.
Oh no, I am not one that can craft bloodstones. It's simply my art that I wish to give out. It's what keeps these idle hands from being the devil's playthings. And then Opie's just kind of... Now, you're the one that's been sending all the damn red cups around. What happened to all the kids and all the adults? And completely ignoring him. Really, any of you that wish to have any of this can just take it. I don't want to sell it. Yes, I'm not looking to sell them. I simply want to make people happy.
Rose will very gingerly take the offered doll and look at it closely.
It is impeccable craftsmanship, actually. Probably one of the better ones that you've ever seen made.
Barnabas would also grab one and look at it.
Same thing with yours. Pretty much all of the things that he has just laying out on the table are fantastically made. Opie is hesitant. It's like, so you're just gonna ignore my question? If we're gonna talk, I'd like to actually talk, not, well, have a one-sided conversation. Now, I know that's Kier. Who are all of you?
Barnabas.
You don't have to be so tense. You're safe here.
Can I roll wits and insight on that one?
Yeah, can...
Yeah.
Uh, 3.
Also 3.
Barnabas is safe.
Can Kier try to figure out what clan this might be?
Intelligence and occult, or wits and occult.
The same. 3.
It's either some weird Zamitzi thing or a Toreador.
So, is your plan just to take over the town? So you can make more?
No, not necessarily. Plan is to make everyone happy.
And they do seem quite happy right now. But is that just because of your children?
No, that's because of my art. Would you like to see my process?
I would.
I will once she tells me her name.
You may call me Rose.
And see, I have this up already.
What a cute way of giving your name.
All right. I get to make a lot of rolls.
Oh boy.
Okay, can I please get a composure and resolve out of you three?
Sure. Gonna burn a willpower on that.
It's not one of those things that you necessarily have to burn a willpower. It's not actually a negative.
Nothing.
Okay, so I got 4.
Go on.
Is this an illusion or something?
No, actually. He picks up the nutcracker that he has been whittling and he starts painting it, and it's actually rather fast that he gets done with it. But when he sets it on the table, it kind of draws everyone's attention and just exudes a calming, happy effect. Kind of like what Magnus Opus would do.
Rose cocks her head and looks at it. That could actually be quite useful in the right applications.
Yes, like
Interesting.
to make an entire town that was full of angry drunks happy. I don't know why the children weren't affected, but they could make more. It's fine.
Are they happy or complacent?
Doesn't matter.
What's the
Does it?
difference?
Doesn't matter.
No, it absolutely does matter.
No. Kier is asking Rose.
It matters. Complacency isn't happiness, it's just acceptance of what is.
Exactly. Complacency is just existing. Nobody really wants to just exist. Nobody really wants to be exactly happy. Actually happy. I understand that the town wasn't necessarily exactly happy, but they weren't unhappy either. They're just a small town in the middle of nowhere. It's not necessarily the best existence, but it's an existence that they were happy with. It's not like they couldn't just pack up and go elsewhere. Absolutely could. Now, you, Opie, you haven't been happy in quite a long time, have you? What's that supposed to mean? Would you like to be happy? I can make you happy. Rose, can I please get a wits and insight?
Yes, absolutely. All right. That's 5 on a crit.
That was 100% a veiled threat. A properly veiled threat. I don't think I like that. Uh, Children, please escort Mr. OP downstairs, and we will handle him as necessary later. And just from everywhere, swarms of these little bastards that aren't actually changed come from the walls and from the floor, and all of you can see the same shimmering effects. And they kind of swarm Opie, and it's too many for him to really do anything about. Now, Miss Rose, would you like to join him, or would you like to walk out of here?
Rose sits quietly, looking between Saint and the others in the room.
Rose? Would you like to leave, or would you like to join him? That fully depends on your next course of action. Are you willing to not speak of this again?
Came here to make sure the kids were okay.
They will be. The next round will. The ones that were there are gone. Not dead. If that's any consolation. The adults are. The children have just been sent back to where I came from.
Where was that?
Paris.
Paris. You're quite a long way from home.
Yes, I am, however. Not far enough, it seems.
I'm not here to make you go back.
Like I said, I was just here to figure out what was going on and see if there was anything I could do about the kids, and I've had both questions answered.
Now, Rose, are you really going to let him do whatever it is that he's going to do to me? At least light the place on fire. Damn the consequences.
Does Rose even have anything to light the place on fire with?
There's probably a lighter or something.
So, I do have to ask. Are you a Zamitzi or are you Toyudor?
If you have to ask, then you haven't followed the clues, have you?
I'm fairly certain you're Toreador, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, you would be correct in your assumption.
Paris.
I want nothing to do with any of them. Perhaps I'll go to America next, once people are happy here.
I hear New York's lovely this time of year.
I was hoping for somewhere a little bit warmer. Perhaps Washington or Savannah, Miami, maybe Charleston, who knows?
I don't make it too far south too often.
I'm a bit of a
Your
traveler myself. All nice
How
places.
are you? I've known a few travelers in my day.
Have you?
And since you know what I am, may I ask?
I didn't understand the clues.
Oh, well, I would make assumptions, but you know what assumptions get you.
Emeravnos.
Unfortunate.
Why is that?
Are you one that has problems staying in one place for too long?
I just called myself a traveler, didn't I?
Yes, but needing to change every night.
What else would I be?
Well, that is the worst fate, isn't it?
What, traveling? Being burned
Every-
alive, if you can't.
Yes.
Is a rather unfortunate fate to befall my clan.
Well, with any luck, and I do mean this with as much goodwill that I can, maybe one day that won't be the case. Maybe one day you can actually stop traveling.
Well. Oh, the Week of Nightmares hasn't happened yet, so that's actually shouldn't be the bane.
Correct.
What was the bane before that? I don't remember.
Really?
I don't remember the
Just-
older bane. I know Saoirse's bane, but I don't remember the older bane.
I'm disappointed in you.
What is it?
Because you have the compulsion, which is the recklessness,
Right.
and then the bane, which is traveling.
In the 20th edition? Before the Week of Nightmares?
No, in 20th edition, I have no idea. I don't know crap about V20.
Well, no, because Doomed only happened after the Week of Nightmares.
Oh, fair.
So that
I don't
that
know.
whole thing was... Oh, it was apparently
Yeah.
like being criminally-ish.
Oh,
Organizes
Still fits.
some certain compulsions to do things.
Yeah.
still fits for
Yeah.
Kirsha.
Yeah, it was just about the whole, like, the talk of burning alive is actually wrong.
It's fine.
Week of Nightmares happened in the 90s.
Yes. In any
Yeah.
case,
Don't like being caught is all.
in any case, one way or another, hopefully that won't always be the case.
You sound like you know something.
If I did, It would be a miracle. I will tell you what. I will set up a way to get a hold of me. I will send you one gift a year as long as all of you are alive.
What do you get out of it?
I get to make people happy.
And keep track of us, of course.
Well, you're the only threat that I have. Opie is shortly not going to be one. And Barnabas is not a threat. Because Kier says that they're not a threat. Do any of you know any children that might like my toys?
No.
Mm.
You like unsettling people with your gifts.
I can.
Oh, just them randomly appearing for their entire life and not knowing why. Cause a bit of mischief.
That's not necessarily my priority. However, if that's something that you wish to do, I'm willing to give you a steady stream.
I think that could be fun.
Rose will turn to Kier. Are you taking requests?
Oh. Do you have someone?
I don't know if you've run into him or not. He's an asshole. Name of Ryan Tops. Looks like he walked straight out of a political cartoon. You'll know him when you see him, if you see him.
That's Saoirse.
Roll a single die. I feel like it's a 50-50 thing now.
I passed.
So yes. Yes, you have.
Props. I think so.
Very punchable face, very annoying and nasally voice.
I mean, you have described a lot of people. But I do know the name. And I know the face. Not really worth remembering, to be honest.
I don't blame you.
Oh no, I was thinking more of your employer.
Oh. Oh.
He and I have a bit of a... Well, let's just call them issues.
So I've heard.
And who
Have
is
you?
that?
Oh.
I heard that there was a
I
falling out.
Nichols. Something Nichols. I don't remember what her first name is.
Would you
I'll
like
give you
me
her
to-
address.
Well, I can make you happy in a different way. I can have my friends. Well, I say friends. They are certainly not my friends. However, they do things for a lot of different people that they would probably take joy in that.
It would give me quite a large amount of joy.
As long as they're able to corrupt another soul, that's all they care about.
Oh. Oh.
It may take years, decades, even.
Yeah.
But they will get there.
The longer the better. I have all the time to wait and to watch.
They will drive her mad prior to doing what they want, if that's what you so choose.
That part I'll leave up to them. Sounds like they know exactly what they're doing.
Yes. They have a young new agent. Likes to
Do
call
they?
himself likes to call himself Hush.
Well, sounds like that would be perfect.
Yes.
Should we be going for that level of retribution, though?
Hmm?
Should we be going for that level of retribution, though?
Oh, you know what Nichols has done to me. So absolutely.
Yeah, I do.
Not all of us do.
I'm curious. How do you know who I am?
You drove us once
Right.
from the airport.
But you said you knew about a falling out.
Nichols mentioned we were coming in after a previous team had disbanded under less than favorable circumstances. No details were mentioned.
Unfortunately, not me.
Apparently not.
And not Barney. Anyway, enough about personal secrets. I would be overjoyed if you could do that. And maybe send her some stuff in between.
Absolutely. I can do that. And they will actually stand and walk around the table and go to shake your hand if you allow them to.
Absolutely.
For working with their hands and working with wood and sawdust and everything, they have the softest hands you can possibly have. And you, Rose, as long as you don't say anything, you're free to go. I'm not even going to attempt to keep you from saying anything. And by this point, Opie is so tied up with ropes and all that he can't say anything. It's just like,
I would apologize, Opie. I probably could actually like you, and I don't like most people. But business is business, and I have to look out for myself.
yeah.
Not the first person to tell me that. Probably won't be the last either.
Here. You have a good rest of your evening.
You as
Please
well.
Take Rose on your way out. And leave me and my children to our deeds.
Try not to draw too much attention.
Oh.
We
With
don't
him
want more
gone.
hunters sent to you.
With him gone, it will be done.
Good. We'll see ourselves out.
Yeah.
And Kier will, like, hands on Rose's shoulders and move her out.
Kier won't need to. Rose will fiddle with the doll as she walks.
And Barnabas will go up behind them.
You walk out and you're unaccosted. You walk through town. The drinking establishment is still in full swing. Songs and all sorts of other things. You look inside and there's absolutely a fight going on in the background. Would any of you care to go in? Rose, you make it to Opie's house. The dog seems to be nowhere to be found.
Well, that's mildly upsetting.
Why?
Those little- I have a fondness for animals, even if I don't have much of a fondness for people.
Never really cared for him. So,
I've heard. No, go ahead.
I got you out of there, and you're safe now. What are you going to do?
Honestly, I'm gonna poke around Opie's house, see if there's any interesting books. Head back and say that Opie went off on a mad hunt and I never saw him again.
Why?
Because I'm smart enough to know that there are things I don't want to mess with.
That's fair.
I'm also curious as to how this is all going to play out.
Well, with any luck, Nichols will have quite a wonderful time.
I won't ask what happened between the two of you because I get the feeling that that's personal, but is there something we should be aware of?
She's a backstabbing bitch.
Well, yeah, I figure that much. She has to be in this business.
Not who she used to be. She didn't used to be like that.
What changed?
How involved with her shit are you?
Depends on what kind of quote unquote shit you're talking about. If you're talking about the shit as in the little white round things she handed us at the very beginning of all this, then yes, we're in. And I'm
She
not
did
happy
what?
about it. I'm assuming that's what you meant when you said you knew someone who wasn't fond of religious symbols.
Kier will just turn to Barney. And just stare at him.
I know she used line.
I had to give her one. Not that I wanted to use it. Have you met him?
Yes.
Hmm.
I've also seen what happens on the other end of one of his deals.
I want him dead. Very dead.
I wish you luck with that. I get the feeling it won't be easy.
No. But I've set myself up in a position with people who actually want to do that. Anyway. Don't be messing with him. He is a lot.
So, I gather.
I don't think you do.
Well, I might not know the depth of how much a lot is. But considering every single person that's ever had anything to say about him that I've come across so far has said, don't go fucking with this guy, he's a lot. A lot is a lot is a lot is a lot.
I'm not going to lie, I don't really ever want to see you again. But if you have information on him, you should let Barney know.
Barnabas will actually give her a card with his business on it.
I probably won't help you if you ever need it. But maybe. If you catch me on a good day.
Do you guys ever have good days?
No.
Exactly. I don't expect genuine help from anyone anymore.
Good. Because you probably won't ever get it. But I'll reciprocate if I get information. Nothing is free.
Of course not. And Rose will slip Barnabas's card into her wallet.
Now, I believe I have to see you back to the States. So, whenever you're ready, just let him or I know, and we will work on getting that done. Since your ticket back is now either dead or going to be ghouled or going to be turned.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate about that, but
Yeah. He's an interesting person to talk to, but I don't like hunters as a rule.
Rose will kind of shrug and I'll let you know.
Good. Now I'm gonna go find a place to rest.
And it
Kier
is
will-
getting...
I was gonna say Kier
It
will
is-
leave and just head back to the house.
It is getting earlier in the morning. Barnabas, you don't have to, if you don't necessarily want to. Rose, you, I assume, get something warm to drink or to eat, whatever. Poke about the house and you find kind of a Feyfolio type thing. Nothing's overly in depth, but definitely drawings of everything and general ideas. And then you come across something that doesn't quite fit. The description is 7 to 8 feet tall, very pale skin, very dark hair. Does not act as normal Fae, however, is to be considered as such.
We'll give it a curious look and be sure to pack it away with her things to bring back to the garage and assimilate into the library.
And 1, 2, 5, 10 days later, however long you decide to stay, you're packed aboard, again, not a luxury cruise line, but at least this one's a passenger vessel. And you...
Barnabas would go on something somewhat comfortable.
Yeah. You head back to the States. This one's a little bit further north, though. Still not fully north, but a little bit further north. You hop on a bus and you make it back, and you make it back before Edgar and Gladys both make it back to work. people ask questions, and I assume you don't say a whole heck of a lot, do you?
Nope.
And when Gladys and Edgar come back, do you say anything whatsoever?
No.
Now, would Gladys ask where the new book came from? Yes?
Absolutely, yes.
Would Rose be forthcoming?
Halfway. She'd say it was bequeathed to her by Opie in the event of his no longer being amongst us.
Can I make a roll?
You can.
Let's see how truthful.
So, Rose, I will give you charisma or manipulation, whichever is better, and subterfuge plus 2 dice.
Okay.
Because it's truthful enough, but there's also definitely a lie in there.
Okay.
So,
Chris.
the roll against Rose is only because Gladys has already been concerned with Rose and how she's been acting and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Just as to why. And what am I rolling?
Wits and insight.
Gonna burn a willpower to reroll a couple of them.
Yeah.
Aha! There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. 2,
It's
4.
fine. I rolled 1.
Let me finish. 2, 4, 6 on a crit.
Okay. Well and truly believes.
What happened to Opie?
Called me in for a hunt. Next thing I know, he's running off into the woods screaming about the fairies. You remember how he was.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It really is.
I mean, that's really cool information. I'm glad we got it.
Gladys, Rose, Edgar,
What?
Eugene's on the phone.
I'm coming!
And we will leave our cell there. Thank you for joining us this evening. Hopefully everyone had a lot of fun. Probably wasn't quite what you expected.
Rip Opie.
It's fine. He was 70 something when the life expectancy was 75. So
I'm just saying, I was really sad to have to do that to him.
it's fun doing that, isn't it?
It fit the character, though.
Exactly. So, those of you that are still with us on Twitch, if you're still with us on Twitch, or if you're finding us elsewhere, if you look in any of our descriptions, you can find our link tree, and you can find us on all of the other places, like Instagram and X, which, if you still use X, I'd be surprised. But that's your personal choice. TikTok. We have Patreon. We have a Discord server that you should absolutely join if you haven't already. If you haven't already, I am disappointed in you. You should know better. Especially if you're actually watching us on a regular. And then we also have our Dice affiliate link that is dicelegion.com, that if you want to use that to buy yourself a gift or someone else a gift or whatever the case may be, you don't have to have a special occasion to buy someone a gift. And you don't have to have a specific reason to buy yourself a gift. Just go buy dice. Dice are cool. We like dice. But we get part of what you spend. You get percentages off. They get to move stuff out the door. It's great for them. speaking of, we get part of what you spend. Patreon, like I said, we all know how that works. If that's something that you want to do, cool. If it's something that you want to do but you can't do, what you can do though is word of mouth, and like and share and subscribe and follow and all of the things. Because yeah, that's all of the things. And then join us on stream this Sunday. We're not actually playing World of Darkness. We are playing something special, something that I found that I thought was kind of cool, and then got the okay from this one, whichever side it is. And then I'm assuming you kind of looked at it.
I looked at all three, read everything.
Yeah, and I don't know if Buttons is joining us.
Probably not.
No, that's the reason why we have to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so should be fun. It'll be a space horror game. So
It
it's
looks
called The
interesting.
Void.
I'll definitely be listening to it on the drive.
It's called The Void. If you want more information, join our Discord, and I will absolutely give you the information on it, because it's kind of neat, and they have a really big emphasis on community creation. Like, they want you to do it. So that's why I was like, I want to do that one.
Yes.
And then let's see here, what else? We should be back to normal-ish next week.
Yeah, so the upcoming Tuesday will be Blood and Hope like normal. And then the following day, where we would normally do Above the Table, is when we are probably going to be playing in Indianapolis.
Yep.
So we're just
Which is
swapping
why-
the two.
Yeah, which is why I said normal-ish.
Yeah. And then after that, it's back to our normal.
Yeah. So, yeah. So please join us. Please continue to join us. We appreciate you being here. We are grateful for everybody that interacts with us, whether it's Kraken or all of the other people. I honestly don't really remember exactly who it is, because I don't really look at that too often when we're playing.
There is Kraken, Mers talks a lot, Vancouver, I think, pops on occasionally. There's a few others. Fenris.
Yes. So yeah, we would like to see more people.
Make it so I can't actually remember all of your names.
Yeah. Make it to where we have to have a Discord mod. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Actually.
And a Twitch mod.
Yes. So, with all that being said, if you want to continue to join us tonight, there may or may not be some spoilers. If you don't, have a good rest of your evening. Stay safe. Stay warm. Unless if you're in the southern hemisphere, then don't get too hot, because it's summer down there. And yeah, we will see you next time, if you're leaving us. So 3, 2, 1, spoilers.
Spoilers.
So is Opie dying or doing something else?
Opie is being kept alive for as long as they physically can keep him alive.
I'm really sad I had to do this to Opie. I really, really liked him.
If there was ever an end to Opie, that is a absolutely fitting end.
Is it?
Dragged away by fake creatures so a vampire can feed on him. And there is absolutely a possibility that Opie will be turned. Opie would make a terrible Toreador, though.
Saoirse would turn him if this person ever gave them the option.
No. Opie would also make a terrible Ministry. Really, there's only like 2 plans that Opie would do well in.
Probably make an okay Ravnos.
He'd make a really good Gangrel. And an okay Bruja. But like regular Bruja, not Truha.
Saoirse will turn him. They were debating it the entire time.
Nah. Saint would not be willing. Also, yes, you will be seeing Saint in Charleston.
How exciting. Saoirse set up some revenge. I love it.
Yep, and set up a embrace eventually. Which is going to be fun.
Saoirse's like, take that, bitch. Force me to do shit.
Yeah.
What?
No, I can't spoil it.
Spoil what?
Plans for Charleston.
It's okay.
It was what I think you're talking about. I know.
I don't know how much you know.
Fine. But yeah, Saoirse set up some revenge. I love it.
Yeah. And we get to see a whole lot of Kindred Saoirse. Which that was fun.
Did you
That
guys
was
like
so
Kindred
fun.
Saoirse?
Kindred Saoirse was so fun. Oh my gosh.
You know what Rufus's first questions are going to be if he ever actually meets her, right? Them. Who are you and why do I care? No, who are you really? I assume that that's not your real name.
We'll have to figure out some roles to see what Saoirse knows. Also, as a statement here, we misgendered Saoirse a few times. It wasn't meant to be malicious or anything. Some of them the characters just didn't know, and Saoirse didn't point it out. And we don't often play with characters with different pronouns. So hopefully no one was offended by it. It wasn't meant maliciously, and it was trying to be more...
It's also technically the 40s.
Yeah.
So, yes, it was accidental, but also it kind of fits.
It does. It
Well,
will be addressed when the modern times come up.
Yes.
But I just wanted to put a statement out there as to why that was happening when Saoirse is they, them. Because that's important.
Yes.
But yeah. Here nor there. We'll have to figure out how much Saoirse knows. There's a few reasons they'll be in Detroit.
Yes. So if Rufus ever meets them, who are you? Why do I care? No, really, who are you?
Well, who are you? What's your name?
I think I'm older. You first.
Too bad. No answers. No answers back.
It'll be fun. maybe they'll actually get along. Who knows?
There's potential. There's
Oh, that's
potential
a
for
scary
a lot.
thought.
See, Saoirse's interesting because there's a lot of different potentials with Saoirse.
Yep. And we've already
Saoirse
seen.
is an opportunist.
Yes. And we've already seen that Rufus isn't quite so cut and dry as we thought he was. And if they ever show back up in Atlanta, it's going to be for one specific reason.
Saoirse?
I feel like, yes.
Oh, absolutely. If they caught a whiff of the Baron being killed, 100% they would show up just to see the final demise. They wouldn't help, but they would show up.
Arr. You're done now, aren't you, fucker?
Ooh, hold up a coin. I wish you were dead.
Oh, that'd be mean.
Maybe Saoirse should show up just for that.
Yeah, that'd be kind of neat.
Or to take care of
Does-
Janina.
Oh no, that's happening in Haiti.
That's fair.
Well, I say that. It's not technically in Haiti, but you know.
Yeah. That would be hilarious for Saoirse to show up for that.
It would be, yes.
How long is Barney sticking around? Saoirse.
I'm trying to think, because how long has Saoirse been in the Sabbat so far?
So, I think we had said this is the 40s. Saoirse's been in there for about 10 to maybe 12 years at this point. They were embraced not super long after everything, like 10-ish years, and chose to join the Sabbat. Wasn't embraced into it, chose to do it once they found out that the Sabbat's all about, hey, we killed the old fuckers.
I think Barnabas would stick around a few years before trying to find a way out of the bond.
Okay, so he's got another 3 or 4 years.
Yes, Saoirse wouldn't have ghouled him immediately. Probably just when the age started to show. They were like, oh, can't lose you.
And the next question is, would Barnabas want to be embraced?
What are your problems, Ella?
It would depend on the clan.
Because I could absolutely see Barnabas being like, Tremere, yeah!
Or Venture.
I can
Yeah,
see him
I
as
can see
Ventru.
Or,
Yeah.
if you can be embraced into the bankers.
That one would be a little bit more difficult, but it could
Yeah,
possibly
there's also
happen.
the thing of you probably want to stay away from the Baron. Which probably includes
Yeah.
clan-wise.
Yeah, Saoirse would not set that one up for you.
But Adventure I could absolutely see. But he'd have the alt bane.
Awesome.
Yes. Thank you.
Where it's, okay, you do. You're older generation than me. Because I could see Barnabas just that being his thing.
And depending on their relationship at the time of the embrace, Saoirse would set it up. Whether in a nice way or a mean way, who knows?
Yeah. So who knows? We might see Venture Barnabas.
Ventru Barding in Detroit would be interesting simply because the implications with all of the Ventru.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
That'd be neat. and
It
see a personality shift in him. Go from yeah, sure, whatever you want to, no, I want to do it this way. Until somebody older says, no, we're doing it this way. Okay.
Does it? I think it only affects. It's only effective against other Ventru.
I'm not 100% sure on that. I can look it
guess.
up. I'm not going to right now.
I'm curious. Oh no. So, suffer a penalty equal to Bane severity to their discipline dice when using them against a vampire of lower generation. They must also spend willpower equal to the penalty if they wish to directly attack other vampires of lower generation.
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the
and of course, Saoirse would find a 12th gen for Barney.
yeah. And that's the Bane, not the compulsion.
Yes. We do have a secondary compulsion, but and yeah, that's part of our stuff is that all clans have an alternate compulsion as well.
Yes, but let's be real. Ravnos with the reckless one is still the best.
It is. The other one is gambling, like gambling with people around them. Not money gambling, but just like games of chance and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, let's throw a rock through a window.
Yes.
I
was a little sad it didn't come up for Saoirse, but you know.
It's fine.
We got to play with the new merits and flaws.
That was so fun.
Just a little bit. And while they didn't really come up, they were there.
It was fun. Mental maze
And
was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And we staked somebody, and they didn't die.
Yeah. And then immediately got it pulled out of them. Like a good girl should do.
Yeah, so it takes 5 to stake someone, right? That's exactly what he rolled.
That's good.
And I was like, this is too good to not happen. So yeah. Had you rolled 2 or 3, I was gonna let it no.
I didn't take. So I had a really hard time figuring out Saoirse's point distribution, just because of their god awful stats in Call of Cthulhu. So I took no athletics and 2 dexterity.
I also did the same thing for Barnabas.
By the way, Saint had 1 stamina.
So we could have
So
killed
they had-
him.
Absolutely. It wasn't going to be hard if they decided, no, we're just going to do this.
Saoirse had no reason to unless Barney would have made them, so.
Yeah. Were you expecting a toy maker?
No, I wasn't.
Toy maker Toreador.
No, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, with Magnus Opus. Which I thought was a fun little thing to add in there.
Have you seen the alternate compulsion for the Toreador?
Which one's that?
Au revoir. Seized by an urge to create something of beauty, the vampire must forego all other distractions to see their vision realized.
They would absolutely have that.
So does Charlotte, by the way.
Nice. I was not thinking that they have the same lineage, by the way.
Who?
Saint and Char.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
But that would be interesting. If they Because I'm sure Charlotte would know of them.
Probably not. Embraced after Charlotte left.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Surprise, Charlotte is from Paris.
Yeah.
If you
But-
guys didn't know that already.
Yeah.
Figured.
I think we've said it a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, no. It just fit too well, and I wanted them to be extra fancy
Very nice, very nice.
because it was kind of funny. But next time you see them, they're gonna have some extra stuff.
Ooh, interesting. So will Saoirse. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I built Saoirse out of the box as an 11th generation with all of this. Nothing extra.
Yeah. Next time you see Saint, he's gonna have some celerity.
Oh, is he gonna have you do the thing, you do your task really quick?
He already has rush job.
Oh.
You'll have blink.
Well, that'll be fun.
Interesting.
His art form will change as well.
Oh, great.
Oh.
He's not part of the Sabbat, don't worry.
Doesn't mean you can't learn it.
And no, he's not gonna be Valkyr.
Saoirse will 100% try and recruit him into the Sabbat. Oh, they were gonna try.
He wouldn't. No, I just want to be left alone.
They realized that after talking to them for a little bit, but oh yeah, 100% Saoirse was planning on trying to recruit.
Was he sufficiently creepy? But in a, I kind of trust this guy way.
Trust? No. Good character? Absolutely.
Good. Because, yeah.
Did I play a decent Sabbat without going on a killing spree?
Yes. For those of you watching that are ever going to want to play in a Sabbat game, that's how you do that and still keep the masquerade.
Yeah. It's been too easy. Just go on a killing spree. Kill all the people.
Yes. Well, it's not a problem. Nobody's here anymore. Or, let's handle the situation, mitigate it, and let him keep doing what he's doing.
Yep.
Because ultimately, he's not really hurting anyone.
What I need to take care of has been handled. Bye!
Yes. And you wouldn't... Did you expect me to have actually, like, permanently gotten rid of the children?
No, I did not.
So shipping them off to France during an occupation.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the best place for them, but at least there's a lot of displaced children.
Yep. That there is.
So that's already a problem there. So they just kind of blend in.
Yeah.
Their
Maybe
parents,
not
on the other hand,
accent. Maybe not the accent, but it's fine.
yeah, they'll learn. But yeah, no, their parents, that's the problem. But it was only like 7 or 8.
And it's a remote little village. Who's going to pay attention to it?
Exactly.
Once the hunters stop looking there, not a big deal.
Yeah.
Hence the just draw more attention and we're good.
Yeah. And it was red caps. Murderous chaos demons.
Seriously, eated one. That was fun.
Yep.
That won't have that won't give them permanent problems at all.
No, that won't, lead into other things that you could possibly get.
I plan on taking Fairy Affinity.
Yeah. I I like red caps. I'm sorry, I couldn't just do regular gnomes.
No,
Nah.
it was good.
It's fun.
And it makes sense.
Yes.
Because we cause problems for everyone. And we make people disappear.
Question, because it's almost 1:00 in the morning, and I'm trying to wrap my head around the timeline. Did the house with the haunted dolls happen after this or before this?
Before.
Okay, good.
So this would have been the hunt that, like, leading into the hunt that Gladys and Rose went on.
Yes. Without Edgar.
Yeah, that Edgar noped out of.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which was actually makes really good timing because Gladys, after that hunt, Gladys was like super fucking worried about Rose.
Yep.
That's when the worry really started.
Yeah.
Or not the worry, the worry's been there, but that's when the actual concern started.
That's when the mean concern started. So yeah. Any other questions, comments, queries, or concerns?
I'm so glad I got to play Rose through that.
Ooh, who embraces Rose?
I don't know.
Does Rose get embraced?
That remains to be seen. Or to be determined.
Interesting.
Because that is the one part of the timeline that we don't actually have set in stone.
No. Saoirse will be keeping an eye on Rose occasionally. The reactions were interesting.
Interesting.
I mean, what happened was a pretty dark thing, and Rose just was fine with it. That indicates low humanity already, even for a mortal. Especially for a mortal.
AKA, I seen some shit.
The being okay with kindred in general, knowing another Ravnos. Yeah, a lot of things to watch out for.
Yeah.
Rose has a lot of eyes on her now.
Yeah.
Almost like she's doing that on purpose. Like enough eyes on me, maybe they'll find each other in the process.
Well, Rose doesn't know that the Fae are going to be watching her.
Rose already assumes the Fae are watching her from what happened in Washington. Rose just assumes that everyone they run into is somehow tracking them because that's all she's known her entire life.
That is fair. And then we have poor old Edgar. Just
It's going to be a
off
lot
doing his
of
own thing.
Edgar Inks next game.
Hmm?
It's going to be a lot of Edgar Inks next game.
Yeah. I get to play a very old woman. It's going to be amazing.
I can't wait to hear this voice.
So yeah. Any other questions?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, if that is the case, it is almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Some of us have work. Some of us don't. In any case, all of us probably need to get some rest. So, everybody stay safe. like I said before, stay warm or try to not get too warm if you're in the southern hemisphere. Have a happy rest of your holidays if you celebrate anything. Happy, fantastic New Year if we don't see you. And don't trust anyone that just randomly knocks on your door and says, I'm here to help you.
No, don't trust them. Because they'll cause you problems, like they did Opie.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Good evening.
Farewell.
Farewell.